Hey everybody, console collector here. Today we're going to take a look at the Atari Jaguar. This fierce cat is one of the many consoles that came out in the early 90s. This was allegedly the first 64-bit video game console. Now this is actually Atari's last home console. It doesn't have a very good reputation. And when we take a look at it, you may see why. I personally don't think it's that bad, but it's definitely not the greatest. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some Atari Jaguar stuff. Starting up here, you can see I have the main Atari Jaguar box. Has the fierce eyes there. Then the Jaguar logo, kind of a little scratch there. 64-bit. So, moving on, here we can actually take a look at the console. Now, my particular console has the Jaguar CD attachment, as well as the main Jaguar console for the cartridges. It's kind of an odd design, but it does the job. There's a power button, you can see here. 64-bit interactive multimedia system. Taking a look around, kind of a flat little system. Now, the Jaguar is really famous for its kind of odd design because it kind of reminds people of a toilet. That's the CD drive open, but yeah, you kind of got the back here, lid, the base. Now, it's actually pretty hard to find a working Jaguar CD. I am lucky enough to have a fully functional one. So here we have Doom, and then there's your cartridge slot. Now this piece actually flips off like so, and then this is just a standard Jaguar right here. And then the CD attachment just plugs right in, so you can still play cartridge games through the Jaguar CD. Now what's interesting is if we turn this around, this is its AV connectors there, just like part of the board sticking out. I'd always be afraid to break that. Also has an RF connector there. So let's move on to the controller. It has two controller ports here, and this is the infamous Atari Jaguar controller. Huge, like melon size thing. Like, I'm a pretty big guy and here's my large hand, and the thing fits in pretty well actually. So here we have the Atari logo on the back. Got the D-pad, option buttons, some buttons there, and then just like typical Atari, it's got little keypad overlays that slide in there. So that's the beastie controller. Now let's take a look at some of the games. The thing about these games is they're kind of got this handle on them. It's got a curve to it. This is a copy of Bubsy. And then here you can see it has the Atari stamp. There's what the board kind of looks like. Now these you can't actually open without poking a hole in the label. So I've never taken these apart. So yeah, there's the odd handle. The cartridge itself is straight, but the handle has got a little curve in it. So these are my Atari Jaguar games. I just thought I'd point out a couple here. Here I have Zool 2, Brutal Sports Legends, Zoop, this skiing and snowboarding game, Kasumi Ninja, if that's how you say it, Cybermorph, Iron Soldier, which is a pretty good mech game, honestly, Cannon Fodder, this really terrible racing game. It's one of the few games that actually is in full, like 3D kind of N64 style graphics. It looks really terrible though. Then Bubsy, Raiden, and then Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy, and then We got Alien vs. Predator, this is one of the best games on the Atari Jaguar. Over here I just got the box for Zool 2 and my box for Doom, and then Wolfenstein 3D I have complete in box. And that's another pretty decent game. And then here I have one of my Jaguar CD games, which is Battlemorph, which is the sequel to Cybermorph. Now, something that's interesting about the cartridges is, you may not be able to really tell, but this is a gray cartridge. This is a black cartridge. I'm not really sure why they're different colors, but I have a couple, like this copy of Raiden over here. It's a black cartridge. So that's basically my mild Atari Jaguar collection. There are a few more games I'd like to get. I know it has a small library. I believe 69 or 68 total games for the cartridge and 15 or 14, I believe, for the Jaguar CD. The Jaguar is quite expensive to collect for now, obviously because of its poor sales, but definitely don't write it off. It's not that bad, honestly. Some good games like Alien vs. Predator is definitely worth your time. So, and a great port of Doom. So, but that's pretty much going to wrap up my Atari Jaguar video. What do you think of the Jaguar or the controller? Let me know. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector. And until the next video, happy gaming.